judge tonight, we have now confirmed that a man shot his wife and children, just 2 and 5 years old, before killing himself.
No, he didn't.
Good evening, I'm Patrice Wood.
And I'm Dan Janik. His wife, 7 months pregnant with their third child. Her family.
And so what, Stephanie? Stephanie had her 2 kids. And what? There was a neighbor kid sleeping over. That's the third kid. This is a mirrored story.
Only now remembering her as a loving mother. NBC 10's Gabrielle Cracciolo is live in West.
There's the finger. There's the Masonic white glove. There's the Saturnian black jacket.
Greenwich now with these heartbreaking details. Gabrielle?
Dan, Patrice, police are finally telling us what happened, but it's the why that remains a mystery. They say their investigation has yet to unveil why a husband would shoot and kill his pregnant wife and their 2 young.
He did it. It's the pedophile wing that's doing that shit. They're taking them kids. And I'm about to prove it to you.
Children. It's making the grieving process just that much harder. Was just a lot.
So this is the cousin? You show me where there's any grieving going on here. For those of you that know me, you know how tore up I was. I mean hardcore. I mean beyond it's listen. Where my head was is a place you never want to go.
Light in the room.
See? You see this here? That's a micro smile. It's called a micro expression. She's trying not to smile. This is the cousin. And you just had Christmas with her, and this is how you act when she's brutally murdered.
It was awesome. That's how Daniela Root.
Big red flag here. There's the panties. Okay. See the dog here? I'm about to turn you on to something that's going to solidify this thing. Here's the teal panties. Right here. Then that's your pedophile symbol.
This family wants to make sure she's remembered. She was, it's so hard.
You see how she's trying not to smile?
Hard to describe her with just.
So this is the person that was shot with a shotgun like Stephanie. And somehow you find the time to smile like Stephanie's mom and dad did? I'm curious how that works.
Words. She was wonderful. She was just, you could be so comfortable with her. She was so funny. She was so loving. Like she was just there for everybody, and she just.
In a minute.
She was.
Where's this woman's pupils? Her eyes are completely black.
So loving. Like she was just there for everybody, and she just always had the right.
See, she's trying not to laugh.
Right thing to say. The pregnant mom was shot and killed alongside her 2 kids, 2-year-old Felix
Alongside her kids, just like Stephanie.
and 5-year-old Adele in their West Greenwich home last week. Police say it was her.
You notice what you see here, right? Police, yellow tape, right? None of that you saw at Stephanie's.
Her husband, Nicholas Arruda, who pulled the trigger before turning the gun on himself.
This is a heartbreaking time for the relatives and friends of the Arruda family, as well as the West Greenwich community.
The investigation has.
I'm sending this guy a fucking thumb drive too, and I'm gonna. I did. I contacted him. He never contacted me back. You know why? Because they're part of it. Tell him straight out, you and all your fucking Masonic cronies that are involved in this, don't think it ain't going unnoticed. These motherfuckers know exactly what happened, because they're in on it.
Yet to uncover a motive.
I wish there could be an explanation to help you make sense of this horrific act, but the truth is, we may never know why it happened.
Oh, but I do. That's funny that I could figure it out, but you have no idea.
They were called to do a wellness check at the.
Exactly the same thing I did on Stephanie. It's called a welfare check, but it's the same thing. Because I didn't hear from her the next morning.
Family home on Cheyenne Trail when Danielle didn't show up to her job at a law firm 2 days in a row. We were all like in shock, just in.
Yeah, you look like you just. It looks like you're just beside yourself. Wow, that's amazing. it just, ugh, I don't know how you're handling the stress.
Disbelief.
Danielle's family, including her cousin Michaela, still can't believe what happened. They had just spent Christmas together.
So it's a wonder.
Hang on a second, I want to show you something too that I need to add. Two things here. Look here, Danielle Ruda and her children were victims of a triple murder. Look at how they spelled murder. They took the E out and put a 3. Well, what's 3? 3 is Saturn. Saturn is what? Death. But why? Who did that? Because whoever did this knows the truth. Now, the girl in her maiden name is Sihat. Isn't it interesting that this is what the word means? It has two meanings. Crusade and holy war. That's interesting. That's interesting. A holy war. Who waged those? Oh, yeah. The Jews did that stuff. They did it under the disguise of the Knights Templar and the Crusaders. Amazing.
Full day. We spent.
There's no emotion in this broad. The night of the 3rd, when I busted them fuckers and I told them I was coming up there, I had about 6 beers in me, and I grabbed the table, and I was gonna throw it through the fucking wall. This bitch isn't even concerned, because I'm not even sure that this bitch is her cousin.
We all hung out and stuff, laughed, so it was a nice memory.
And they have set up a GoFundMe to help.
Of course they did, just like they did with Stephanie. Wow, how about that? Imagine that. So now, let's take a look at some other really damning stuff, shall we? So let's look at here then. The kid with the teal panties, the boy, it's a boy, by the way. You see, he's holding his dog. He's got his dog right there. Here's the news. Isn't that cute? A purple coat, which is the combination of the red and blue, and then she's got the white Masonic gloves on, with her eyes closed. This is the house, 15. I made sure to show you that. None of this, as you recall, was done with Stephanie. 0. Nothing. But here, like I said, so let's look and see what 15 is, shall we? What is 15? The symbolic meaning of 15 is best explained by the 15th card of the major arcana in the tarot deck, the devil. Imagine that character, mother, being involved in something this dastardly. What a surprise. What a surprise. And let's just go get a picture of Mommy Dearest real quick. There's a picture of Mommy Dearest right there. Remember I showed you? The mirrored? You tell me why the news would have to run this picture of this kid mirrored. See his dog? See it? Let's just do this. Let's just draw a line right down the fucking middle here. Why would you show that in the news? And they showed that super fast. I had to fight to catch that. You see this really demonic shit that's going on here. And this is just mirroring what happened at Stephanie's house.